Yeah, she's good. Hey guys, it's Dandy. So today I went to my big used bookstore again, and I really like that place because you can take your old stuff and get like store credit, and then you can just spend your store credit on like new stuff. So that's what I did today, and I got some really cool, interesting books for like super cheap. So I'm gonna show you what I got. I also got one non-book item, and that is this Blathers amiibo. I've wanted him for so long, and I saw him in person, and I just couldn't pass him up. And he was only like $8, which isn't that bad. Alright, so aside from that, this is actually the most expensive book aside from one book, this is the most expensive book that I got, and it was just $3, but I just thought it was really interesting because I'm somebody that loves maps and just like geography in general, so I love also used bookstores because they're also marked up and I can, you know, follow in the footsteps of whoever owned the book before me, which I just think is fun. But it goes over maps and why the world looks the way that it does, and that's just really interesting to me, and I cannot wait to read it. And then this one is about, forgive me, I actually don't know how to pronounce this fish's name. It's either, I think it's coelacanth. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've been obsessed with this fish ever since the first time I caught it in Animal Crossing City Folk. So this is kind of, you know, the story behind when we caught it. Oop, it's kind of goopy on the back. I'll have to clean that up. I didn't notice that. But it's cool because, you know, we thought it was extinct for the longest time, and then it actually wasn't. So that's exciting. This one is about somebody's journey on the Appalachian Trail, and stuff like that in general. It's just journeys and stuff. That's just really interesting to me. So I'm excited to read about this one because, as you guys know, I live kind of close to I literally live pretty much in the Appalachian Mountains here, or right at the foot of them. So that's going to be exciting to read. I've always wanted to do something like this, like a through hike, but I couldn't go off and do it right now, but it would be really cool if I could. This one is called The Elephant Whisperer, and it's about somebody's relationship with an elephant. Elephants are an animal that really fascinate me, so I'm excited to read about this. Most of the books that I got today were only like $1.50. Some of them were even cheaper. This one is about cod, like the fish, and how they change the world, and how they kind of like shape societies and stuff, which I just thought was really cool. I like fish, so I just think that's going to be an interesting read. Into the Wild, you guys may already know this one. It's about this man who went and hitchhiked to Alaska and straight into the wilderness of near Mount McKinley. It's a pretty well-known story, but I've always wanted the book itself. This one was when the movie came out, so it's not the original cover that was on the book, but it was just 25 cents, so I wasn't going to pass that up. This one is about the terracotta warriors in China. They've always fascinated me too. So that one's going to be really cool to really look through. Look at that, 75 cents versus $15. That's not too bad. This one, you guys already know that I love bears. I'm probably gonna cry because it says life and death of a grizzly bear. I know animals die, but I'll probably still be sad. But I am really excited to read this one because I love bears. You guys know I love bears. This one is just a short history about Turkey, or a moderate-sized history about Turkey, I guess. It's a country that fascinates me. There's not a country really that doesn't fascinate me. But again, it was just $1.50 and I was like, well, I always wanted to learn more about Turkey, so I got this. This is about a woman who helped kind of save Cumberland Island, which is not only a national park, not only an island in the Georgia, what is that called? The Golden Isles. It's a national park, and it's a really cool island. I've always wanted to go to it. I was really close a couple years ago, but we didn't have time on our trip. But it's a really interesting island. If you guys want to check it out, like look it up, it's a national park. There's no cars on the island. You have to take a ferry in. You can bike and walk, but there's no cars. There's wild horses, some ruins from an old farm. It's a really interesting place, so I'm excited. I just stumbled upon this one by accident, and then I was like, oh, Cumberland Island. So I got it. Again, $2. Not bad. Now this one is the one that I spent the most money on, but again, $9 for a book isn't bad. And it's Greek poems to the gods, hymns from Homer to Proclus, so like, I mean, I couldn't pass that up. You know, especially just like, unless you seek a book like this out, you usually don't find them typically in bookstores. It's got a bunch of hymns and poems and stuff. And I just think that that's really cool. And I saw it, and I couldn't pass it up. So I got it. But yeah, that's the most expensive book I got today. It was $9, and half of the books that I got probably add up to $9. So I think it's not too bad of a thing. And besides, I took some stuff to trade in also. So I had some trade-in money. Because as you guys know, I can't go to work currently. So maybe going shopping wasn't the best idea, but I figured a bookstore where I can take old stuff and get trade-in cash was, you know, fun. It's a big like warehouse, and they've got aisles and aisles of books, and we were in there for literally 3 hours, and I still didn't look at everything. Let's see if I can, there we go, that's my bookstore haul. But yeah, this is what I got. Oh, and Blathers. Love my Blathers. Yeah, okay, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Wait, can I? Please don't catch fire. Okay, first issue. Sounds like there's barely any of this left. Um, although this is the dark walnut. Hang on, I've got more spray paint somewhere. Hang on. I don't know why I feel so awkward recording in my own yard, but I do. I feel extremely awkward. I don't know. I just wanted to, I guess, sit down and like talk. I guess I'm literally squatting because this is a nice angle. I guess, um, but this month has been really hard. All of October. Um, the government shut down, and I work in a government facility. Um, and I haven't been able to go to work since the start of October. And at the beginning, it was nice because, and I felt extremely lucky because they were giving us our regular pay at first, um, but they're cutting it back more and more, which is understandable because, I mean, nobody's working, nothing's open. Um, I am I work for a separate company from the actual government, but because the government's closed, we still can't go into the building, even though we're not the government itself. So that's hard. And so I've been at home with no routine for over a month now. Um, and at first the break was awesome and it was fun and it was so cool. And I'm so grateful that I have a little bit of a rest because I was getting burnt out and I've been burnt out for a year now. But I guess that's the complicated beauty of it is I can be burned out and still miss the routine of it, I guess. Um, it's given me a lot of time to think again, and it's never a good thing when I have so much time to really sit with my own thoughts. Um, because in America, most people can't afford health insurance, including me. So I don't have a therapist. And I've been dealing with some severe depression for most of my life, but the past year and a half or so, it's really been hard. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbors because they suck ass and they are so loud all the time. But I feel like not that I owe an apology, like not that I owe an apology or an explanation to you guys because I mean I know it is my business at the end of the day, but I have not been myself lately. And if you guys interact with me anywhere else, like on Instagram or anything, you probably have also noticed that. Um, I'm just really sad. um, hang on. Squatting was getting hard, so I pulled up a chair. Um, having all this time by myself. I mean, I have, my sibling and my mom and my dad, but I mean, he works full time too, and my mom recently started working a lot more, um, which I'm thankful for them, but it's made me realize kind of how lonely I am. My closest friends live 3 hours or more away, aside from Dylan. um, and I don't really have many people to hang out with or really talk to. And I guess it's part of being autistic, which maybe you guys can relate to. If you also are, it's hard to form a relationship with people. Um, I never know where to start or what to talk about with people. But yeah, it's just hard to I don't know. I feel like I can never fully like be myself around people anymore. I used to have a really good friend, but we hardly see or talk to each other anymore, and I hate feeling like part of that is my fault for being kind of, too much. And really, this is a whole topic I could really get in and talk about for hours and really cry about. But I'm going to try to not do that. Um, so we're going to diverge that course. We can come back to that another day. What I'm saying basically is this shutdown has been really hard because not only am I thrown off my routine, I also am realizing how kind of alone I am, aside from my family, which I am so thankful for my family, and I know a lot of people don't even have that. Um, but it's just I'm very sad, and I've been sad a while, and this shutdown is giving me more time to realize how sad I am. And there's so many things that I wanted to go figure that I would run out of space. I'm also watching a plane right now. It looks like Delta, probably about to land. That's one of my favorite activities is looking at planes flying by and seeing if I can see what airline it is. Anyway, storage is filling up aside, um, plane aside. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm sorry if you guys have noticed a shift in my energy. It's just because I'm really sad, um, and that's all there is to it. I'm just really sad. Um, I'm thrown off my routine. I'm in my head a lot more. Motivation's low. I'm trying really hard to course correct, I guess, or get back, you know, I guess like get on myself to like do better. And I'm sorry if you guys have noticed that shift in me and my personality recently. Um, I don't really know what to do about it except say thanks for sticking around. I'm trying really hard. Um, and when the government opens back up or I find another job, um, I think I'm realizing that I need to put finding a therapist at like top priority. Because it's been rough. It's been really rough. I've been sleeping really late, which I never do, and just laying in bed after I wake up because I don't feel like moving. And that's scary to me because I've been sad for a long time, but I feel like I've never been this sad. And I feel in a way guilty for saying that because I just got back from one of the most incredible places ever. You know, Universal's a really cool theme park, and a lot of people don't even get that opportunity, and I'm lucky enough to get to go as much as I do. But I do save my ass off for that, and I spend a lot more money on that than I should. Um, but I guess I don't want to sound I feel guilty, and I don't want to sound ungrateful for the things that I do have, but I'm doing rough. I'm doing really rough. And I just want to also thank you guys for being so kind to me and my friends, you Shrimp, Bucky, if you're watching, Georgia, if you're watching. Um, I enjoy the conversations I have with you guys. And all of you guys, when you comment, it makes my whole day. Even that little bit of communication, even if I am awkward, I really appreciate you guys for being so kind and being my friend. And um, I love you all. And this YouTube is like one of the, even though I'm irregular at it still, it's like one of the things that do kind of bring me some kind of structure and joy. So thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna go find some spray paint, and I hopefully will get this closet built for my stuffed animal and his clothes. I literally hit stop recording and I found it. So I'm gonna get these painted now. These are going to be on the inside, so they don't have to be perfect. And we're not going to judge my spraying skills because it's so cold and my fingers are freezing. So, current plan with closet, I'm using wood glue to kind of glue the pieces together, and then I'm going to go behind with nails. And we'll see how that works. So this is what it's looking like. It's a little shabby, but that's okay. I'm gonna make some adjustments with some like caulk and stuff in the back where the cracks are, and maybe right here where this shelf is a little wonky. You can kind of see where I had to adjust this one a couple times and it's still whack, but it's okay. It's my first time doing something like this. The only thing to do now is get a little dowel and paint that. I think I'm gonna put some hooks from these instead of screwing it into the side because the screws kind of suck. I'm gonna have to actually get my dad to cut where one stripped on the bottom My floor is a mess right now because I've made a mess. That's just the dog stuff. But yeah, so this will be closet for Buddy. Okay, we're gonna also ignore how packed full my closet is. There's nothing I can do about that in particular. Also, I don't have doors right now. I switched to curtains like 5 years ago, ended up hating them, and now I'm missing half the stuff to put my doors back on. So I'm waiting to get hardware for my doors to have closet doors again. Anyway, we're gonna clear off this shelf. That's where the closet's gonna go. So we're gonna do that. Roller skates, Indiana Jones Chia Pet. I've had this for a couple years now, and I just have not had the energy to do it. I did cut this specifically, or I guess build this specifically to just slide right in there, and it fits pretty much perfect, I would say, which is awesome. There we go. I do eventually want to add like doors or something, but for now it's gonna work. So this is all Buddy's clothes and stuff. We've got this bag full, and this box as well. I've collected Build-A-Bear clothes since I was 5, so I guess for now I'm just gonna slide those in there until I get the rod, but I'm gonna put baskets for pants and accessories. This is where shirts and like stuff that hangs there is gonna go, and then we'll see where we go from there.